Hello my lovelies, it's Tuesday evening and I thought it's about time to show you what I've got done so far. Like actually physically show you, so bear with me. So, we have this much of a blanket. It's obviously very comfortable. Sorry about the feet. Okay, so this is everything. Everything I have. So these three first ones, they're all attached, all put together. I'm trying not to show you my feet. And then all I need to do is just finish off those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just need to finish them, stitch everything up together. Boom. Blanket finished. So yeah. Should be done by end of this week. Fingers crossed. Everything goes well. I'm out tomorrow and I've got a fair bit of bus waiting around, so crochet helps calm me down from waiting for buses and also just keeps my mind off things. So yeah, I've got a fair few buses to catch tomorrow, so I shall take my crochet with me and fingers crossed buses come on time, but if not, I've got something to keep me entertained. So I'll catch you up hopefully tomorrow evening. Hello, good evening. It's Thursday evening. I am sat on the sofa watching YouTube videos and I have another panel that I'm working on. However, you'll be proud. Okay. I've done 2 more on that, which means that this row that I was working on at the start of the video is finished. Which means I just have 1 and a bit more rows to do. Literally. I just need 3 more on this, and then 5 more on the next row, and then I can just stitch it all up and it's finished. So I'm excited. I'm also using it as a blanket whilst I've been making it. Scar was snuggling up with me on it earlier. But yeah, I'm super excited about progress, and probably tomorrow I'll bring you in to watch me crochet for a little bit, because I can't do it now because I'm holding the camera with that hand and yeah, doing this with this hand. So have a good evening, even though you're going to see me in a few seconds anyway. Hello, it's Friday morning and I just thought I'd show you what I've got up to. So yeah, don't mind the mess around it, but ta-da! So I just have to finish off this row. Hi. And then I've got another row of the red, and then it's done. So yeah. I'm excited about getting it finished, and I'm thinking, oh, by the way, sorry, my hair is a mess, I have not brushed it this morning. Thinking that I'm gonna finish this, and then possibly start trying to make some socks, because I saw a thing to make socks the other day, and I'm intrigued. Why not? I'm definitely going to start making presents for people for Christmas. I know it's a little bit early, but I take a bit of time to do things. I won't be posting them on here because I know some of these people actually watch my videos, so I don't want them to see what they're getting. But yeah, I'll definitely have other projects on the go. But any suggestions for what to make next? I'm all ears. Hello, it is Friday evening. I have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. That's my last row. And I have one of these, and one of these. This is my second to last row. And that means I've done all my blocks. Yay! I'm so excited. And so now I just have to put them on the thing. So I'm gonna put all my blocks on. Put my black going all the way around once more with the granny stitch. And then I'm thinking possibly using the red and the light grey with a single crochet stitch all the way around for the border, and then possibly do that once again just with the black, just to really make it pop, and the edges then to be solid black, just because the edges of blankets just get mucky. It's just life. It's just what happens. But yeah, I'm excited to finally be getting to that point of being done. I ended up having this much of the dark grey left, and this much of the white. So I actually didn't run out of any colours, which is quite impressive. I genuinely thought I would run out. And I'll let you know the final size of it once I've done. I've just done an extra stitch there that I didn't need to do. Yeah, so I'll let you know the final size of it when it's done. I'm not entirely sure how big it's going to be, but it's definitely a decent size. It's big enough for me anyway. That's really all that matters at this point. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? I think I'm just so excited about it being finished that I'm forgetting actually how to do the rest of the work. I've got the door open for the cats because my cats don't like having the door shut on them. And it's starting to get actually quite cold. Like to the point where I'm happy that I'm crocheting a blanket because I can use it as a blanket whilst I'm crocheting it so that we can have the door open for the cats, because I closed it slightly, the wind had blown it wide open, and Scar came running in screaming at me because she thought I was locking her out. So yeah, that door remains open whenever they're outside. But it's not been raining today, so that's good. I've not let them out for the past couple of days because it's been raining on and off, and it's not like little bits of rain either, it's been really, really heavy. But yeah, they all had a wash like 3 days ago and they were looking all so nice and pretty and they were all nice and soft. And they've been outside and Scar and Nova have turned grey. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but there's one thing knowing it's going to happen, it's another one hoping that it's not going to happen. So yeah, it's my own fault. They'll probably be the cleanest cats during winter because I am not keeping that door open all day from when it's freezing. It's just not happening. But we don't have the heating on yet, so it's okay. We can leave the door open. And that was a lot of times saying door and open. I got in touch with the builder today, and he should be coming and knocking the wall through to get the kitchen renovation started in the next couple of weeks. Not next Friday, but Friday after. So that's exciting because we've also got somebody else booking in to actually get the kitchen fitted, hopefully in October. So yeah, fingers crossed all goes well. I'm already planning different things to make. I made my mum cry yesterday. Didn't mean to, but Scott's hunting. She's a very soft soul, as my mama. And yes, so I just mentioned that I wanted to bake some stuff when I got my new kitchen, and obviously I was going to make it all vegan because I myself am vegetarian, but my mum's actually vegan. And I like to share my recipes with my mum, so, you know, if we're going to make food, which she's always making food for everybody, she's a good feeder. So if I'm going to be making food for everybody to try, then the least I can do is make stuff that she can eat as well, and just have it as an inclusive thing, because everybody can eat vegan in our family. I mean, they choose not to, but they could. So yeah, like my partner's a meat eater. My sister's gone vegetarian. My niece will eat anything that you put in front of her, pretty much. And my nephews like meat too, but they're slightly more open to eating a vegan diet, but they'll still choose non-vegan if you give them the option. And they still do that thing where they're like, oh, that is vegan. And then they try it and they're like, oh, actually, this isn't too bad. And then you tell them, chips are vegan. And then they're like, yeah, but that don't count. I mean, yeah, chips are vegan. Party rings, vegan. Skittles, vegan. Well, naturally vegan. That's just, you know, some people are really fussy about it. It's like, okay, fair enough. You want to eat meat, that's fine. I don't want to eat eggs either. And that's fine. Everybody has opinions. Everybody's allowed those opinions. You don't have to get angry at me because I don't agree with what you agree with. That's all there is to it. I don't want to eat dead animals. Not wrong with that. You know, other people don't want to eat dead animals. Cool. I don't force my opinions on somebody else. If you want to eat meat, then you can eat meat. I'm not going to say I agree with it, but it doesn't take away your right to do that. And it's like with my partner, I've said, you know, I will cook your food, but I won't cook meat for him. And he knows that, and he doesn't like that fact because he's not 100% a fan of like vegetarian food. But that's just, you know, I'm not forcing my ideals on you. But if you want me to cook, then I'm cooking what I want to cook. If I ask you to cook, then that's my own fault if I get meat. So we tend to cook for ourselves. But yeah, it's one of those ones. You can't push your views on somebody else, but at the same time, everybody's entitled to their own. And yeah, I just honestly don't necessarily like the taste of meat all that much. Never have, really, since I was a child. So that's always been contention. Wait, where am I? I'm here. There you go. Is that right? Yeah. It's always been contention, because I've never really been a fan of eating meat in the first place. And yeah, when I was younger, I used to tell people I didn't like meat, and because I didn't like it, they're like, "Oh, well, just try it. You never know. You might like it." And I knew I wouldn't like it, and every time I proved myself right that I didn't like it. However, as soon as I told somebody I was vegetarian, they didn't try and force me to eat it. So that was my plan when I was quite young, is just tell people I'm vegetarian. And it worked out quite well for me. I mean, now I truly am vegetarian. You know, I'd have eaten chicken nuggets when I was younger. I ate chicken nuggets and I ate sausages, and that's pretty much as far as you could get me to eat any kind of meat. So, yeah, basically the child's diet. Never liked fish. Oh, no, not a fan of fish. Always wanted to like sushi. I don't even like the vegan sushi because I don't like the seaweed flavour. And I don't like what they do to the rice to make it sticky. So yeah, like cucumber maki rolls. It's cucumber. It's sushi rice wrapped in seaweed. Like, that's literally all there is to it. But I don't like it, even though I like cucumber. And, you know, turns out I don't like the texture of sushi rice, and they put some vinegar stuff in it to make it. Yeah, they put some vinegar stuff in it to make it sticky. And then seaweed is just, nah, it's too salty and kind of fishy tasting for me. No thank you very much. So yeah, I'm a very picky eater. Always have been. Nothing new there. And now I actively take out meat of my diet. But there you go. Anyway, I am gonna love you and leave you. And I am gonna work on this. And next time I see you, I will have all of these blocks put together. So excited. Hello. I'm back. It's Saturday afternoon, and I've technically finished. This is what it's looking like. Bear in mind, my bed's like super king, so it's actually really big. But yeah, it's all bordered all the way around. So I'm just gonna possibly go around it in the light grey with a single crochet, then red, also with a single, and then finish it off in black. And I just feel like that's just gonna finish it like completely. And I think maybe that's because I've made a lot of quilts in the past. It don't feel finished without a proper border. So it's gonna get a proper border. But I'm so excited that the main bit's finished, and I just have to go around it now. I'm so excited. Hi. I thought I'd bring you back because I finished the extra border, and I'm just gonna do the last bit of weaving in the ends, because there is only 2 ends to weave, and then it's completely finished. And I thought, you know, you've been with me on this journey for as long as you have, which is basically all the way through, and I felt like it'd be nice just for you to be here at the last step as well. I was gonna, what were I gonna do? I was thinking about doing like a few borders. I think I mentioned that earlier on in the video, with different colours and everything. But I asked my partner and he said it looks fine as it is. And then I asked his mom, who's like a crafty kind of person too, and she said, no, it definitely needs something. And I was agreement with that it needs something. So just decided just to do an extra black border just to go around, finish that off. So there's that. This bit I can't bother to weave, so we're just trimming it and done. Blanket finished. Ta-da! Wait. If I do that, can you tell? So yeah, very happy with it. It's already been keeping us warm. Yeah, because it's been a couple of days since I finished off the main bit. I shall give you dimensions here. And I thought as well I'd go through what I've learned whilst making this blanket. 1, frogging worthwhile. If you don't like something and you don't feel like you want to finish it, or even if you finished it and you don't feel like you're going to want to utilise it or use it or sell it or do anything with it, you may as well frog it, get that yarn back and make something that you actually enjoy. So definitely learn that. Don't be afraid to frog. 2 is it's nice to have a pattern, but don't expect to follow it. I'll show you here. This is the original pattern I was working towards. And then this is what it's actually looking like. So yeah, patterns are good for a baseline, but don't be afraid to go off of that. I'd also say something else that I've learned is when doing granny square clusters, the chain space, so normally you do like 3 double crochets, a chain, 1, and then 3 double crochets. The chain space is really not necessary at all. It's just doing extra work for no reason. And also in the corners, a chain 2 is too excessive for me. Just a chain 1 works just to help you get around that corner. So for me, that's worked out lovely. So it's doing 3 double crochet and then 3 double crochet, but just in the gap, but there's no chain. So yeah, I like that. So it's definitely got my granny square game working. Also, I've realised I do actually enjoy granny squares. I didn't think I'd like them. And then with these bits, so what I was doing is I started off, this was my starting square, so this is round 1 and 2. And the pattern that I was looking at initially, it had all of these going like this, so it was only going from one side, like from one corner to the other. And I was doing that, and then I didn't want it to be all that way. I wanted it to be a bit random, so then I started trying to go around and do different things. This is nice. I do like it, the way it looks. However, the issue is, because you're starting and stopping at random places and then trying to go around in a square, it really meant that it messed up my count. I mean, that one's actually one that works. But there's a lot of them that ended up too short on one side, too long on the other, had 1 extra cluster, had 1 less cluster, and I had to just kind of wiggle it through in a lot of the places. Let's see if I can see any. Let's have a look. Actually, one of these corner ones. So like on this one, I ended up not actually doing a proper corner cluster in the middle. So this last stitch, I just ended up having to go through, or it is on one of them, I ended up having to go through the 3 rather than going through the gap. So in future, I will do the colour changes on the square itself. So, because I started doing this towards the end. So basically, do your row 1, do your row 2, and then on this row where it's red on this side and dark grey on this side, do the colour change in the corner and follow it around, and then that way all the rows should continue to be the same because, yeah, sizing was really, really difficult. So that's what I've learned. I'm happy I did it. I really am. It's been a project I've been wanting to do for a long, long time. And I'm really grateful that you came along with me because I would have probably given up already for the fact that it was only for me and nobody would have, you know, tried to push me into doing it. But like today I didn't feel like doing it, but I knew I wanted to get this video out today and I wanted it to be finished, like properly finished. So thank you ever so much for joining me on this journey. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have a look and maybe do some sleeves for next time. Ones that come across here and then sleeves all the way down. I have this lovely dress, which has pockets, like actually decent pockets, and look at that, good pocket. But it's sleeveless. So it means that when I'm wearing it in the summer, it's absolutely fine having your arms out. But I can layer it up in the winter because I've lost a bit of weight, so it's actually too big for me now. So I can actually have multiple things underneath, and I actually do have 2 sets of sleeves that I use currently, and I've got one that's like black fishnet style, and I've got another set that's grey. In fact, I've got 2 sets that are grey. And I don't feel confident enough to wear them because they're like boob tops to like here. I don't feel confident wearing them on their own. And so I tend to use them more as like winter wear to layer up. And I love wearing this in the winter with nice thick tights, and I just feel like it needs a new pair of sleeves so that I can change it up every now and again. So that's going to be my next project. Hope you come along with me, and happy crafting, doing whatever you're doing. Please let me know once again whatever you've been making. I'm really intrigued. And I shall hopefully see you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye. Yeah, get down.